Folks, we're back with news you can act on, the first of its kind, the only of its kind. News you can act on in real time with none other than Brigitte Gabrielle. Brigitte, I'd ask what's happening in the world, but everyone seems to know. What do you say?
Oh, everybody's talking about the raid on President Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. And this is an absolute outrage. A lot of people, the conservative people and the conservative movement have been glued to their television, watching the news in disbelief, seeing what happened. So who would have thought that we're going to have this in America? Who would have thought when Biden would send the federal police to raid the home of your opponent during an election cycle, all at the same time, while your allies in Congress are having a witch hunt, a crime committee against him. And at the same time, just a few days after them talking to pass billions of dollars worth of money, expanding the size of your government. I mean, where are we? Russia, right. Venezuela, China, right. Lebanon. What is this, Beirut? And a lot of people are watching the news and they do not know what to do, Brand. And like you said, this is news you can act on. So right now we have an action alert on our website, Act Now campaign to stand with President Trump. Right. Go to actforamerica.org, click on get involved, click on our Act Now campaigns. You will see the action to stand with President Trump and stop the FBI and the DOJ from their destructive powers. The petition is directed, the email and petition and social media posts, etc., are directed to your elected officials as well as the leadership of the House. Mm-hmm. We need to make sure that this abuse of power does not happen again in our country. We are demanding to see the warrant. Where is the warrant? Show us the warrant. Right. You cannot raid somebody's home, especially the president of the United States. We want to see the warrant. What are you talking about? And the information that we are finding out is just unbelievable. So before we get into the details about the information that we found out, right. This is news you can act on. Go to actforamerica.org, click on Act Now. Click on Act Now National, see the petition that we have to stand with President Trump. Take action today and share it with every single person you know. Our elected officials in Congress need to hear your outrage. They need to hear your anger. They need to hear your frustration. Take all these emotions you're feeling right now and direct it into something positive that will make a difference to the country. Go to actforamerica.org, click on Act Now, and take action.
Brigitte, again, the only of its kind, you can act in real time. And it's true journalism, folks. The facts are facts. Facts aren't emotional. Brigitte, people say 2020 is hindsight. Well, look at what's happening. There's no crisis at the border. It's a planned, coordinated invasion. And right around the corner was billions of dollars to weaponize the IRS. Where do you think those people are going to come from? Patriots? Right. American loving citizens? Of course not, folks. I mean, come on. And then the January 6th hearings. Hindsight is 2020. This has been a plan for a long time. The Bidens being in bed with China. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore, folks. Just look at the news. Look at the facts. But the facts right now are that this is making a difference, Brigitte. We saw an uptick in people signing up for action alerts on Act for America.
That's right. Folks. That's right. And I thank you for that. This is amazing. And I want you to know that your action is working. Look, the spending bill has not passed yet. It was supposed to be a slam dunk. It was supposed to be passed last Friday. Right. Remember when we were talking and we were saying, we've got to call Congress. We've got to bombard Congress. We've got to bombard them with phone calls and emails. They want to pass the bill before they go on the August recess by Friday, last Friday. They still have not voted on the bill. Wow. So we want you to keep those phone calls. We want you to keep those emails. We want you to share them with your friends. Your calls are working. Your emails are working. Your petitions are working. And we make it so easy for you to make your voice powerful. A lot of people feel, like, I don't have any power. I don't have any influence. What is my voice going to count, Brigitte? I'm a nobody. Right. You are somebody and you are powerful and you are delaying members of Congress. They thought the spending bill was a slam dunk. Right. It's not, because they heard a deafening roaring from the grassroots saying, You're not going to pass this. We do not want you to pass this. You are our representative. You need to hear from us. We will throw you out of your seat this upcoming November if you vote for this bill. So it's not all lost yet. Make those phone calls, sign those petitions, send those emails. We make it very easy for you. Go to actforamerica.org, click on Act Now, and we name the organization Act for America. Not think about America, not hope for America, not wish for America, not pray for America, but act for America. Because without action, nothing happens. And look, Brent, we're talking about the weaponization of our government. Our government has been weaponized against us, the people. If they can do this, if the FBI can do this to President Trump, they can do it to you. They can do it to me. Every three-letter agency in our government has been weaponized. The IRS, the DOJ, the DOD, the FBI. You look around you. We cannot sit on the sideline silence. You know, before this raid on President Trump's home, people thought, no, it's not that bad. You know, I'm going to vote, but it's not really that bad. You know, we're going to have a sweeping victory in November. Well, you know what? It is that bad. And what we saw, if the government can do this to the president of the United States, a former president, go into his own home and do this to him, what's left for the rest of us? What's our hope? And you know, Brent, we're finding out unbelievable details. Not only did they raid the compound, but they refused to let the attorneys be present. President Trump's attorneys were held outside in over 90-degree heat. You know, it was extremely hot. You know, Mar-a-Lago is closed, so the club is closed. There was nobody there. Yet they would not allow the attorneys to even enter and wait in the lobby while they did their search. They kept them waiting out in the sun all day long for 8 hours without allowing the attorneys to go into the residence and see what the FBI is taking. And the other thing that we found out is that the FBI and, you know, they wanted, you know, the library, the archive, wanted these archives, supposedly the records that he took with him. And President Trump made it available for them. You know, they were there in June. All the files are locked in the safe down in the basement. And we found out that the FBI was actually there in June and they had access to these documents and spent time looking at them. So it's not like President Trump hid the documents from the FBI. They could have been able to come back and sit down and look and go through all this stuff, but they did it through force, and they did it to intimidate the American public, and they miscalculated, because this raid did one thing: galvanize all the independents, all the conservatives together and stand behind the president. And you know, folks, while the Democrats were hoping to completely destroy President Trump, so he does not run again, they want to make sure they destroy him completely so he does not run. What they did is they got all the Republicans to line up behind President Trump as their nominee. Rest assured, he is announcing, and rest assured, everybody is going to be standing behind President Trump and not competing against him on the Republican side.
That's exactly right. And folks, you need to be reminded, the only thing that stands in the way of communism is the middle class. Some are talking about Pelosi's recent statement about China being one of the freest countries out there. I mean, what kind of delusion does it take? But, you know, we're not surprised. Some of us have not been surprised at all.
This is a defining moment for America. After the raid on President Trump's home, this is a defining moment for America, just like 9/11. Actually, even more than 9/11. Because 9/11, we did not have our government weaponized against the people. We were united as one, and we were attacked by an enemy from the outside. Right now, our government is the enemy. Our leaders are the enemies, the enemies of the people. And this is a turning point in America. This is a defining moment in America. This is the moment where we all ask ourselves, what is my duty? What can I do to make a difference for the country? You know, Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. This is the time where every single one of us should be asking, what can I do to make a difference for my country? And we can no longer wait until Election Day. Yes, Election Day is coming. And yes, Election Day, we're all going to go out and vote. And if you are not registered to vote, you need to get your tush out and register to vote right now so you can make sure you vote in the November 2022 elections. But what Act for America is doing right now, Brent, is we are making sure communities are organized 101. We're doing community organization 101. So we want you to go to our website, actforamerica.org, click on get involved, and start a chapter in your community. We want to, if you have 5 friends, if you have you and 4 other friends who see eye to eye, who believe, who are concerned about the direction of our country, start a chapter. We will mentor you. We will connect you with other people in your community. We want to make sure conservatives and concerned people are all connected face to face in their own communities and organized without having to depend on having 500 friends on Facebook. You know, Facebook can cut you off tomorrow as a conservative.
Oh, yeah.
We, the conservative movement, need to know who we are in our own community, have each other's contact information, and we all need to be networking together, working together, educating our communities together. Go to actforamerica.org, click on get involved, and sign up to start a chapter and get involved in your community.
I'm excited, Brigitte, because again, the reaction I get from people when they see these is that I don't feel helpless anymore. They don't know what to do. Well, now you know what to do. Use your voice, folks.
That's
You're
right.
still citizens of the greatest country on the face of the earth. You know what happened with this raid, Brigitte, was not only a statement of saying we can come against anybody, but it is a
That's
test.
right.
And we need to pass this test. We need to
Yes.
show them that we will stand together. There are more and more people, more and more celebrities, Brigitte, people that you know and that I know, that they're saying, hey, this is no longer a political thing. This is a war of light and darkness. This is a war of good and evil. There are some of you,
right.
or many of you actually, that you're people of faith. Well, you know what? Read your Bible. You know, Paul said that the kingdom of God is not a matter of talk, but a matter of action. If you're a person of faith, that will speak to you. If you're a patriot, whether you have any religion or not, you love this country, you need to not talk, you need to act. And that happens tonight when you act for America by going to actforamerica.org.
Actforamerica.org. Actforamerica.org. Right. We didn't name the organization Think About America, Wish for America, Hope for America, or Pray for America, but Act for America. And we make it so easy for you. You can take actions in 2 minutes or less. Go to actforamerica.org, click on Act Now, and you'll see all the campaigns that we have. You can send an email with a click of a button. We already find and identify your elected officials. By the way, Brent, I am shocked as to how many people I talk to who have no idea who their elected official is.
Right.
They have no idea.
Right.
We make it so easy for you. We give you the names of your elected officials. All you have to do is type in your zip code and your address, and we tell you, here they are, the Democrats and the Republicans. Here's an email pre-written for you. We already write it. You don't even have to think what to write. You add your name to the email, click confirm, it's sent to them. We write a petition that you sign. We prepare a post for you on your social media. It doesn't matter what social media you are on. We already have social media prepared for you. We give you their phone number so you can call them if you wish to call them. We even write a script for you. You don't even have to think what to say to them. We write a script for you. Make your voice heard. There's no excuses as to why not to speak up now. And, you know, I speak with such passion about this, Brand, because I come from Lebanon. You know, I was born and raised in Lebanon. So for people like me who come from Lebanon, from Cuba, from Venezuela, from so many countries around the world, the reason why we come to the United States of America is for freedom. Because in the countries where we come from, where we were born and raised, this is what happens. You have the corrupt party that wins power, and once they win the power, they come after their political opponents. They arrest them in the middle of the night. They kill them in the middle of the night. They throw them in jail, never to be heard from. They harass their families, and then they start going after the people who stand up and speaking. You know, you can't do this in our country. We don't accept that. Then they start weaponizing the government against them. I have seen this movie before.
You've seen it before.
I have seen it. Many people like me have seen it. And, you know, we're already hearing the talk right now on leftist media. I was watching MSNBC just to keep a tap on the enemy to see what they're saying. And they're already saying, well, you know, all the Trump supporters and white supremacists are standing up with President Trump. You know, they are a threat to the country. So they're trying now to make everybody who doesn't agree with them weaponizing the government and raiding the home of the president of the United States, then anybody who doesn't agree with that is a white supremacist. Wait, The government is going to come after everybody unless we all unite right now and make a deafening, roaring noise and direct it to our elected officials on Capitol Hill and say, this is unacceptable. We will not let America fall, not under our watch, not as long as we have a breath, not as long as we can speak, not as long as we can take action, not as long as we can write letters, not as long as we can make phone calls. America is not going to fall under our watch. We are going to do something, and I'm encouraging everybody tonight, go to actforamerica.org, click on Act Now, and get involved. We need you in this fight.
She's worth fighting for, folks. America's worth fighting for, and we are still free. We're still the land of the free and the home of the brave. You know, Brigitte,
that's right.
I've heard people say that a sacrifice, and so many have sacrificed just so that you and I can enjoy the freedoms here in America. But a sacrifice is giving up something you love for something you love more. Do you love your country? You can give up a few minutes of browsing TikTok or Facebook. You can sacrifice a few minutes and go to actforamerica.org from your phone. And within a minute, or surely under 2 minutes, you can make a decision that can impact the rest of your life.
That's right. And for those who are watching, I also appeal to your generosity. Help us fund the Freedom War Chest so we can fight for our country.
That's right.
We do not have Soros. We do not have Hollywood. We do not have Silicon Valley. We do not have all the rich people funneling money into Act for America and to conservative groups like ours. We are the largest national security fighting for freedom organization in the country. We need your support. Help us fund the Freedom War Chest so we can fight for freedom. Please stand with us as a Patriot partner, as a monthly donor, even with $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, whatever you can afford. $5 is the price of a cup of coffee. Can you give up a cup of coffee a week and say, I'm investing that in the Freedom Fund? I am putting money in the Freedom Fund chest so we can fight for our freedom. We need to fill the war chest, figuratively speaking, with dollars so we can fight this fight, so we can mobilize every single community. No matter where you're watching us right now, we need you engaged. We need you involved. We need volunteers. We need activists, but we also need donors, because without finances, we cannot mobilize communities. Do you know, Brent, with all the organization, with all our presence, we do not even have paid state directors in any state. Wow. We do not have a paid state director in any state. And we wonder why the left wins and why the Republicans are always trying to play catch up. Help us fund the Freedom War Chest. Fill the Freedom War Chest. We need you. We are fighting for freedom. Go to actforamerica.org. Support us financially. Stand with us. And if you are able, the most important support you can give is become a monthly Patriot partner, supporting us monthly, so we can plan our war strategy, so we can plan how to expand, where to expand, so we know what's coming, so we can plan a war strategy to win and have victory beyond 2022, not just for 2022, but 2022 and beyond. Can you imagine if people, will give $5 a week to fund this movement? How many patriots, what we can do? And it's more than just, I'm not talking about give us money so we can have commercials on the air. Commercials on the air are important, but the most important thing is mobilizing communities 101 on the local level, investing in the local level and mobilizing people. That's what the left does. Do you know, Brent, that on the left, they invest 50% of their money goes towards candidates and elected officials and running campaigns, and the other 50% goes towards mobilizing grassroots. That's why their grassroots machine is so effective, and we need to meet them on the playing field. We need to meet them on the playing field. We need to mobilize communities. Stand with us as a monthly Patriot partner. I'm appealing to your generosity tonight. And I have no shame, because I'm asking for your support for our country so we all can come together to serve America. Not serve Brent, not serve Brigitte Gabriel, not serve Mitch McConnell, not serve Kevin McCarthy, not serve elected officials, but we need funding to serve freedom and fight for America. Go to actforamerica.org and stand with us in any way you can.
Brigitte, the reason that I'm not ashamed to ask for people to jump on and put their money where their mouth is, I know our country is at stake. And folks,
Yeah,
you know what? It's time to put action to your words. Conferences are great. Special events are great. Special shows are great. But at the end of the day, where the rubber meets the road, folks, it's going to be not only to match the efforts of the enemies of our country, but to outdo them. We're Americans. We should
that's right.
outdo, we should outlast, we should outlive, we should out prosper. And there's an organization, the largest grassroots organization of its kind in America, Act for America. It's all done for you, folks. You can do it. You can take the time, and it is working. This news you can act on in real time is the
Yeah.
return of journalism, and it gives you tools to act on the information that you are hearing. America is worth fighting for. We can do it. We are doing it. It's time that we come together and we act for America right now.
And when we come together, it's amazing the strength and the power that we have. Again, I'm going to give the example of the spending bill that they were supposed to vote on last week. Why do you think they're still talking about it? It's
Right.
not a done deal because we bombarded them with emails and phone calls. They felt it from all over the country. When you go on our website, actforamerica.org, there's a counter on the bottom. It says 22 million whatever actions have been taken. Right. That's just from the beginning of the year till now. That's people power. That's creating something where you, the people, when we come and speak with you, when we all come together and we all take action together and we all coordinate together and we all speak with one voice together, we win. We will win. There is more of us than
Right.
there is of them. They lie, they cheat, they are corrupt, they are crooks, they
Right.
are liars. We're not. But we have ways where if we come together as one, we can make a difference. We are making a difference. Keep those phone calls, keep those emails. We invested hundreds of thousands of dollars creating our tool, Act
Right.
Now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't happen overnight when you have a system where you can send an email to millions of people and with one click of a button, they can contact their elected official, their specific elected official. And we have a team that writes the email, the petition, prepares the Facebook post, the Twitter post, writes a script for you to call them, gets you their phone number. It cost us money to do that. But that was our investment in saving our country, our investment to fight for freedom. Right now, we are filling the freedom war chest because we are at war. We are at war. Don't kid yourself. And in the old days, people used to think, well, the left is really, they play dirty. No. But nobody on our side really understood that we are at war. They used to think, people like Brigitte Gabriel, Brigitte, it's not really that bad, I was on the front line. I knew how bad it is because I was on the front line fighting. So we knew how bad it has been for years. The American public finally woke up, and especially now after the raid on President Trump's home, to realize we are at war. And the war has been declared on us by the socialist, communist, Marxist, who are thriving in our country, who want to eliminate our voice, who want to get rid of us, and they want to transform America into something unrecognizable, into some third world country. And we are a banana republic. We are no longer the United States of America. So stand up and fight now so we can go back to being the America that you and I used to know a year and a half, 2 years ago.
We've got to be smarter, and we are. You know what, Brigitte? There's celebrities coming together. There's rock stars. There's movie stars. There's local heroes. There's people, veterans. There's people coming together right now, just in time to act for America. Don't you want to be a part of that, folks? You can. The model is in place. It's all done for you. It's so easy to do, and it's worth your time. But we have to stand right now and build that freedom war chest. I agree, Brigitte. And conferences are great. Meetings are great. Rallies are great. But what happens the next day? Many times, absolutely nothing. It's time to make things happen and to be the difference in America. You are the difference. We're fighting for you. Stand with us with Act for America today.
Absolutely. And I would be so grateful. We would be so grateful for your support so you can enable us to be stronger, be more empowered together so we can make a difference 2022 and beyond. Look, 2022 is a defining moment for America. August 8th was a defining moment for America. But don't think our fight is over.
No.
Our fight has just begun. We need to all come together and fight for the soul of our country. Look, we all have been so blessed by this country. I speak personally. America is a land of blessing. America is a land of miracles. America is a land that is anointed by God. America is a shining city on a hill. America is a star that shines all over the globe. That's why people from all over the world flock, cross oceans to come to the United States. I crossed oceans to come to America because America is the land of the blessing. And no matter where you are when you're watching us right now, you have electricity, you have water, you have air conditioning, you have heating, you have a cell phone. Even the poorest among us, even those who are living on welfare, have a cell phone, dishwasher, washer, dryer, heating and air conditioning, electricity 24 hours a day. You hop in the shower, you turn the water on, you expect the water to flow. You can stand there and take a shower for half an hour. Do you know what luxuries those are? Those are luxuries that over 90% of the world does not enjoy. We take it for granted in America that we have all these things at the push of a button or at the turn of a faucet. But it's not the situation in the rest of the world. If you are living right now listening to me because you have cable television or you have electricity to watch television or you have a computer, you're watching me on the internet or you're watching us on your iPhone, look how blessed you are. And we are blessed because of all the laws that we have, because of all the rights that our founding fathers in their wisdom have gave us through our Constitution, through our Bill of Rights, through the protections, through the freedoms that we have. Let's not squander those freedoms. Now is the time to fight for those freedoms. Do not take those freedoms for granted. They can be lost in one generation. And we are watching it right now before our very eyes. And frankly, we are the firewall right now, stopping communism, fascism, Marxism from taking hold in our country. We owe it to our children. We owe it to the land that blessed us to have what we have right now, to be able to be on television, Brent. You and I talking about this, no matter where you're watching us right now. If you are watching us on your iPhone or on the internet, we are also on the air. We are also on broadcast. We are also on cable. We are also on direct TV. So no matter where you're watching us from or whatever platform, we are everywhere. And thank God we are still able to do that before the Gestapos, the government that is being weaponized against us, come to silence us. Now is the time for everybody to make your voice heard. Now is the time for everybody to come together and work together to make a difference for the country. Go to actforamerica.org. Click on Act Now to sign our petitions, to sign our emails, to take action on our Act Now campaigns, to stand with President Trump, or click on Get Involved. Register a chapter, start a chapter, sign up for our Secure Our Election campaign, to volunteer, to work in your community. We want to make sure every single person is utilized with our gifts to make a difference for the country.
You can do it, folks. We're doing it. It's working and it's worth it. Act for America today. Another great news you can act on, Brigitte. Can't wait till next time. And folks, it's time to come together. We're stronger together, you and me. Let's fight for each other. Let's stand with each other in this hour and act for America. We'll see you next time.
Exactly. We're grateful for you. Thank you.